Now that I'm big time, baby, now that I'm at 120 subs, I'm balling. You know how it is. Now I got that power. I got that institutional power now on YouTube. 120 subs ain't no joke. Now, this gentleman here, Based Logic, he left a comment to my video a couple days ago about the riots in Milwaukee, linked me to one of his videos, and I went through and I watched a lot of his videos. I watched maybe 5 or 6 of them. Looks like he's fairly new. He's got about 37 videos here. I didn't scroll back to see when he started. Actually, 2 years ago, a year ago. It looks like he finally started getting consistent, though, about a month ago. So, like I said, kind of new to it. He's got way more subs than me. When I first looked at him, he was like in the 320s or so, but let me show you a couple clips from him, because this is what I always tell people who watch my videos. If you've seen a few of the update videos I've done, you know how I do it. I always tell you, if you make videos, share your channel with me. Just because he shared it, that didn't mean I was going to like it, of course, but I like the videos that I've seen so far, so that's why I wanted to give him a shout out and introduce you to his channel. If you like the clips that I'm going to show you, I'll just show you like a short clip of a few videos. But if you like it, jump over to his channel. Take a look at him. Maybe you find some things that you'll like. I don't think he's too far to the right. And like I said before, those people that are too far to the right or way too far to the left, I just can't get with those channels, because it's okay to admit your guy's wrong or your girl's wrong. And we're talking about your politicians or whomever. It's okay to admit they're wrong. But there's some channels, I see some larger YouTubers, this doctor in particular, he's on the right, and that's why I don't watch much of him. Occasionally, if I see a video of an interesting topic, I'll check it out, but too much of a homer, right? Too much with the pom-poms, and, you know, it's not always rosy on either side of the political aisle, and Based, he doesn't come off like this. His name's Valentino. Let me show you a couple of his clips, but like I said, if you see what you like, jump over to his channel, watch some videos. Maybe you'll like it for yourself. Maybe you sub, maybe you throw him a couple thumbs up and some comments. He seems like a solid dude, though. Now let me just set this clip up for you real quick. I'm going to show you 4 brief snippets. I'll put all of the links to his videos and his channel below in my comments section. There was a clip of a black gentleman who got caught in a BLM riot, and of course there are all these white people. The verbiage didn't sound too horrible, but that's kind of the discussion he and I had back and forth about how emboldened that these individuals are on the far left. And I've had a similar conversation with some of you as well, that it doesn't make sense to me that you would have these individuals on the far left that claim to be all about Black Lives Matter and equality, yet they would call somebody like him a coon or an Uncle Tom, or call him the N-word like it's nothing. Probably not going to say it to your face too much unless they're with a bunch of their friends, but how do you claim to be about equality when you would say those things about black people? It's like if some black person was out there marching for white rights, but then they saw some other white person that wasn't on their side and started calling them cracker. Or if you're an Asian person out there for Latinos, and there's some Latino on the opposite side of the political aisle than you, and you start calling them disparaging names that people would call Hispanic people a long time ago. It just doesn't make sense to me. Somebody in the comment section help me understand how it makes sense that you have these white people out here for Black Lives Matter, and they would call this man, and for any of you individuals, they would call you these names. That's why I always wonder what the real game is for those individuals that are like that within the movement. Now, let's get to his video, but basically he's got a message for BLM. He says it a bit more eloquently than I ever could.
Just stay calm. I'm going to stay calm. We can just keep laughing at him and railing at him. And then on November 4th, then we can do what we got to do. But for right now, just hold your composure. But the purpose of this video was to let everybody on BLM know that I said personally, suck my dick. I'll catch you.
That's what's up.
Peace.
In this particular clip, he showed 2 incidences of black individuals attacking people. One was, I think she was a white woman, and then another guy was a disabled Asian guy. He was actually on crutches. And these black individuals, one guy like karate kicked him. And so basically he was saying, why is it that black people won't come out against this type of behavior? against these races perpetrated by blacks. But if it was done to blacks, then you know they'd be up in arms trying to start a race war or whatever. Let's let him tell it a little bit, though.
How the fuck did we get to these rules? That's why I make these types of videos against this type of shit. Because I don't care what color you are. Wrong is wrong. Some little dirtbag, I'm not going to walk through life holding your hand because we're fucking on the same hue. That's not my burden. Fuck you. I'm going to call out that bullshit at every turn. I'm sick and tired of people linking up and forming these alliances simply because of the color of their skin or who they like to fuck. Yo, all that matters is what's up here and what's in here. If you're judging people on anything other than that, you're the fuck one. I'll catch y'all later.
In this clip here, he's talking about a clip from, it's like a Fox Sports show, I believe it's Shannon Sharp. Used to play in the NFL. If you know him, he's got a mouth like a horse and a face like one as well. So basically, Shannon was going on and on and on saying about how black quarterbacks are forced to fit into this white mold. And it's the same argument that we've heard over and over. And people throw it in people's faces. Anybody who has success. Oh, to speak proper English, you're just being white. To get education, you're being white. To get a job, you're being white. It's like, if somebody were to tell me, and granted I don't know this for sure, but I would hope if somebody said, hey, why don't you be more like those Asians? Look how much money they make. I'm like, fuck yeah, tell me what they're doing, right? Tell me what they're doing so I can get money like that, so I can be a success like that. But it's used in a derogatory way to put people down. So he's talking about that right here.
Black people we don't like to dress up. We don't like speaking with decorum, dressing properly. We hate that shit. We want to talk like this, motherfucker. And when we show up places, we don't give up, man. And, man, fuck clothes, man. I want my dick out. Don't give no fuck about nothing, nigga. Is that black enough for you, Shannon? Am I being like the typical black guy enough for you? I hate to break it to Shannon Sharp and anybody else that might be under this misconception, but all black people, we're not one big nigga. We don't meet up and have one big nigga meeting and come up with the new rules and new niggas. Nah, man. Every black person is different, bro. Everybody's on their own shit. So for you, a millionaire, a guy with means, you know, you can do anything in the world. For you to be that ignorant, to come on TV every day and say stupid like that, it's kind of fucked up, dog.
And that's the comment Biden made, right? When he was in Florida. The monolith. With a few notable exceptions, says Joe Biden. He's got some good humor as well, so I'm trying not to take the things out of context, but watch the full videos for yourself and see what he's talking about here. I think you'll like him. I honestly think if you watch this guy, you watch some of his videos, I think that even if you're on the right, kind of more centrist or center-right, center-left, I think this guy will speak to you. And let me show you one more clip and then we'll wrap it up. Now this one's funny. He's talking about kind of the femininity of how males have gone these days. And there's another one he did. It has two kind of segments to it. There's a dog that goes after a girl and the guy punks out. And he's talking about Andrew Gillum in that one. It was kind of funny too. But check him out here. He's talking about how the modern male is evolved.
So now where in the 70s you might have had, or the 80s you might have had a guy like Archie Bunker. And in the 90s you might have had an Al Bundy. Nowadays you got this. This is what our sons get, and our daughters, and you know, this is what the fuck you get. This is what they want you to be as a male. Some little bit, some softy. That's what they want. We've got to fight back against this. That's why Trump is so important. That's why they hate him, because he's fighting back against all of that dumb shit.
Now he goes on a little bit further and talks about Trump, and you may not be a Trump fan. Like I said, you may be more of a centrist, kind of a libertarian, center-left, center-right, but you get the point, though. I know you're all adults. I know I don't have to explain it to you. So getting back to it, like I said, small channel. It's bigger than mine. I think for several of you, though, if you're kind of on the same wavelength as me in terms of what I talk about, I think you'll kind of vibe with his stuff as well. Again, I was having this discussion with somebody in the comments. This was before I came across his channel. If I get to the point where I have more of a voice, when I get to 200 or 300 subs like Based, or 500 or 1,000, I hope that I can always come across smaller channels like this. I'm not going to ever really shout out a large channel. I did the Gary Lamb thing a couple weeks ago, but he wasn't that large at the time when I first came across him, and I felt like his message was important. That as an everyday guy, his grind was important as motivation for people. But I hope I can always find channels like this. So if you come across channels that are like this, that have some interesting content, that are 100 subs, 200, 300, whatever that may be, send them my way. Because as I always tell you, you are the people I watch. Sure, I watch the larger channels as well when I'm trying to look at news and trying to see what's going on, but I get more enjoyment out of watching smaller channels and seeing them grow. So I'm looking forward to seeing what happens with him. He's been consistently doing videos now for looks like a month now. Looked like he was doing some stuff way back when you saw, and then he stopped. Hopefully he's consistent. It looks like he's maybe doing about 3 videos a week. Generally, it's current event stuff. He's got humor. He's got some swag to it. He delivers it in a way that's a lot more eloquent than I can, right? He just drives it home. I got to be more like that. So give his channel a look, everybody. Base Logic. If you like his stuff, help his channel grow. And if there's other channels out there that you see that are small too, send them over. I'll take a look. All the best, everybody.